Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how you can fully clean your Bosch Tassimo Joy. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it off and we're going to unplug it. We're going to lift up this bit here. We're going to take out any old pods. We're going to take out this grey thing here by lifting it up from the back. We're going to take out the nozzle injectors by pushing up on the bottom here, this grey thing here. Push up and it will lift this out. We're going to bring those two over to the sink to clean. We're going to come round to the back here and we're going to take this out here. We're going to bring that over to the sink and all clean. Coming back round here, we have the drip tray. That's going to slide out like so. That comes apart. We're going to bring that over to the sink and clean. Now, the rest is going to have to be cleaned here. So this is our barcode reader. You want to make sure you have a damp cloth. You want to make sure you give this a nice good clean, or you can use a cotton swab, a Q-tip, and you want to clean all around here. This rubber thing here is where the hot water actually comes through, so make sure that's nice and clean all around the edges. Make sure you get rid of all the coffee buildup. You also want to make sure this front bit here is clean, because there's a little micro switch just here that lets this machine know when the lid is closed. So you need to make sure that all that area is clean. When it comes to the back here, make sure that it's clean all the way around here, because this is where water goes into the machine. So make sure that there's no buildup of scale around there. So let's bring all this over to the sink. So we're going to be using warm water for everything. I'm not using any detergent or washing up liquid. You want to make sure that both these nozzles are clean. So you can get a Q-tip and you can push it right the way through and you can see it's come out the end there. So make sure that that passage is nice and clean. Also this one here, I can see right the way through. These are already both very clean. Everything else, just make sure that there's no coffee residue anywhere. You can use an old toothbrush to do this. When it comes to this part here, I'm going to take out the filter, and that will allow me to take this out and clean around where the filter was sat in case there's any mould or anything around there. And I'm going to rinse all this through. And you can clean out the water container as well. You want to make sure that the float here is able to move up and down freely. So if there's any scale build up, keep moving up and down to try to get rid of the scale, give it a good rinse through. Also, you want to make sure this at the bottom can move freely. So it's a little valve on a spring and you want to make sure that that can move freely. So again, if there's any scale up or if it's not popping back nicely, then give that a nice good clean. Once it's all clean, give everything a little dry, fill this up with water again, and we're going to go back to the machine. So now we're going to put the nozzle back in, so just place it here with the big flat bit towards the barcode reader and just click it down, like so. Place this with this part in the back here and just click it into place. Tray goes back in. Now, before we put the water in, we're going to take out the service disc because we're going to rinse it through. So we're taking out this service disc here, and now we can put the water back in. If you want to clean up the black plastic, just like cleaning anything else in your kitchen, you could just use a microfiber. Give it a good rub around the place. And now we're going to plug it in, turn it on. And we're going to run through a rinse, because you don't know how old the water is. If you've had this in storage for a while, the water might be all gone off on the inside. So we're going to lift this up here and we're putting the service disc in, barcode down. I'm going to place a cup underneath here, close this, and I'm going to press this button here, and it's just going to bring through some nice hot water up to around here. And that way then I've rinsed out the old water from the inside. If it's particularly dirty, you can do it 2 or 3 times, obviously emptying out the water each time. In this instance, I can see that the water is clean, so I'm not going to rinse it anymore. Just wait for that light to stop flashing. Then it's safe to open this. There we go, stop flashing now. So open this up, I'm going to get my service disc back out and I'm going to place it in the back. Like so, put the water back in. And that is it, your Bosch Tassimo Joy will hopefully be nice and clean now. It will make nice tasting coffee and it will look nice and hopefully work well. If this video has helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.